Welcome to the Blue Hole. This beautiful space is a magical dive site, and it is busy today. Freedivers, scuba divers, snorkelers, people that are coming out here to just be in nature, don some equipment, and dive under the sea. Get to see things that so many humans don't even know exists. Because what you see on the surface here, beautiful, but underneath, oh my God, coral, the reefs, fish, eels, all kinds of beautiful creatures. And I am here taking a little break with the team. We've got a short surface interval because we just got to do a dive out on the canyon, which is just south of here. And I'm having this fun conversation with a woman who is from Texas, and she's a criminal defense lawyer. And she's spicy, fiery and spicy. And we start talking, and it comes out very quickly that she's ADHD. She deals with ADHD tendencies. And I said, yeah, I can see that in you. We're having a conversation about both of us recognize very quickly that it's like the beauty of being in the water, of being in scuba diving, is like one of the few places we feel tremendously at peace. Because all of our senses are engaged. We're in the water. We're playing. There's mental theory that we have to understand. You have to understand your limits. You have to understand your physical limits. You have to breathe consciously. You're paying attention to every single piece. All of our senses are fully engaged, and it's playful. It's joyful. It's curious. Every dive is different. I mean, I have this tendency to be really engaged in novelty, and I'm learning that as I go and dive the same sites over and over again, that every single time I dive it, it's always different. And that's what I love about it. I mean, I spent 20 years working in the restaurant business, and I would go to the same restaurant for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and that restaurant would be different every single night because the people were different. The menu would change slightly during the seasons, or specials would change every day. But I could show up to the same place and do the same thing over and over again because there was variety built into it. And I experienced that same thing here when I'm in the water, because even though this is the same dive site, and I've been here several times, every time I go in, we're doing different routes and seeing different fish. I mean, I got to see this white eel earlier that was just absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I mean, it's the most beautiful thing I've seen. And so it's like as soon as I get that breather on and I get underwater, it is... it's like perfect peace, absolute perfect peace. And I had to train. I had to learn the techniques. I had to learn the theory, the dive tables, the calculations. I'm diving with nitrox, which is an oxygen-enriched air blend. And you have to be aware of, I'm 31% air instead of 31% oxygen instead of 21% oxygen, which means I can only go down to 35 meters at a safe level. Otherwise, I can screw up my nervous system and die. So you have to be aware. There's like so much on the line. And at the same time, it's not that difficult. It just takes practice. It takes learning. It takes theory. It takes having some buddies and people to dive with. And the question is, what is your thing? What is the thing that lights you up, that engages you to such a degree? If you deal with ADHD, have a neurodivergent mind, nervous system, you've got to find something like this, because the world as it is, the world that's built for farmers, that's built for slow, methodical, focused work, that is not what we are designed for. And so, yes, you can do your best to assimilate into that world, to fit into that world, but you better have something. You better have something where you can come out here and you can fully engage and activate your nervous system and feel at peace and feel in your element. For me, the water has been that. Free diving, snorkeling, scuba diving. But it could also be, the other day I went hiking up to Mount Sinai, and that was my fully engaging activity. Mountain biking, ATV, there's different experiences. Skydiving, like experiences where you get, a bit of that dopamine hit, but you also get to be fully immersed in an experience. My anxiety, the anxiety that I experience disappears when I'm in the water. And so for me, I schedule one diving day a week because it is peace. It is absolute tranquility. And if you don't find that and you try to live your life in the world that was designed for farmers and you have the nervous system of a hunter, you're going to get fried, or you're going to have to drug yourself, plain and simple. Look, and I'm not going to judge, if medication works for you, go for it. I have never tried it. I would be open to experimenting with it. But mostly, I would rather just engage myself in work, in relationships, in activities where my nervous system thrives. Because otherwise, I'm trying to be something that I'm not. I picked this body, I picked this nervous system, I picked this genetic lineage for a reason. And you can fight it, you can try to assimilate to what the world has created for us, or pick those situations where you thrive. Like, I don't work in an office. I'm changing my business model constantly because I'm still experimenting and finding what's the best thing for me. So, how do you get deep into the the fully immersive experience? Where is the place where you feel at most at peace? What is the type of career that you can create, the job, the position, the business that you can create that fully honors your nervous system? Stop trying to fit into this world and recognize that you can create life as you please. You can design it to do whatever you want. And if you feel like you're still feeling blocked in that you believe that you've got to do things the way everyone else does it, or that you can't have what you want, or you can't spend, a couple of days a week out on the water because somebody says that you got to be working 9 to 5, 5 days a week, then you got to update your programs. You got to change your mind. If that's something that you want help with, go ahead and subscribe to the Mutant Academy, because this is a video game and you can live it however you want. But you got to reprogram. You got to delete the old programs that keep you stuck. So, like it, thumbs up, all the things for the social media, because there is a different way you can live your life. You just got to make that choice and create new strategies. Delete the old programs and install new ones, because you didn't come here to play small. You came here to enjoy the beauty of the world, of life, of nature, the almost limitless experience of being a human. And if you're ready, stick with me, because that's what I'm all about. Until next time, gotta get ready for my next dive. I'll see you, hopefully, here in Egypt, under the water.